Last time on Devox plays Tokyo Chronos.
His stuff's still just lying here, so he's probably still inside. Suddenly I hear a voice coming from above us. Naked!
And now, to seek the truth about Chronos World.
Ladies, gentlemen, creature of all origins, my name is Devox Runeheart. Welcome back to Devox Plays Tokyo Chronos. Last time we continued rereading the beginning of the game, and have made it to Goku's apartment. I remembered her name for once, holy crap. Oh, all the wrong buttons. Yes, we'll continue. Oh, sorry, we're on chapter 2 now. Yeah. Nothing. Exactly. Yeah, I think it was not long after we were here that Togoku went missing initially. And given that things are... there is, like, the knife appearing next to me at the very beginning means this is a different run. This isn't just redoing the same stuff. Is Togoku actually in here with me? Hold on. Nothing. We've been looking here and there for about 2 hours now. Pyramid. Togoku's house was a huge place, a condominium with 5 rooms, living, dining, and kitchen spaces. Okay. So that's what? This room, a bathroom, and 3 bedrooms? A place this spacious in Shibuya I'm sure costs a lot of money. How much exactly? My curiosity begged me to ask the question, but I decided to keep quiet. We, of course, looked through her sister's room as well as her own room and her father's study, practically turning every room upside down in our search to no avail. I'm just going to quickly triple check that. Okay, microphone's on. Audio's on. Okay, perfect. After deciding to check her sister's rooms again, we ended up returning to her father's study. Oh, hi. I figured out where. Really? Despite her announcement, she doesn't look all that excited. Following her lead, we end up back in her father's study, standing before a small safe. In here? My dad compiles our unpublished papers and places them here. Why in a safe? He puts anything he doesn't want to lose in the safe. So they'll be okay, even if there's a fire. Anything he treasures is in there. Looks like there's a password on this. Can you open it? No, only my dad and sister know the code. I see. Oh, but it's only 4 digits. Maybe we can try some combinations. If you fail 3 times, you'll have to call someone from the security company over before you can try inputting the password again. Well, that sucks. Oh, but there's no electricity in this world, right? So data doesn't exactly flow either, does it? The thing is, it does. What the heck? First the billboards, now this? Which means that because there's no one from the security company around, if we screw up with the password 3 times, then this safe's never getting open. Well then, can't we just smash the safe open? Impossible. He's had this safe for years and years. It's the highest grade of security safe there is. Any ideas on the code? Togoku sighs, shaking her head side to side. It's your birthday. Physically breaking through the wall can't be done. There's no way around it. We're just about out of options here. Our last ray of hope, her sister's papers, are out of reach. Breaking out of this place is proving more and more difficult. What do we do now? Now that it's come to this, we're gonna have to take the direct approach. The direct approach. In other words, finding the culprit among
そ
us.
れはもう少しだけ待てないか。
Could you maybe hold off on that a little while longer? I don't want to start breeding suspicion among ourselves. We all need to be working together
そ
here.
れがこの世界のルールなんだよ。僕がやろうとしてたのはこの世界を破壊すること。
But those are just the rules of this world. What I've been attempting to do is break this world
で
open.
もそれができなかったら従うしかないよ。
But if that doesn't work, then we have no choice but to follow those rules.
決して本意ではないけれど、僕は一刻でも早く現実世界に戻りたいんだ。
I don't want to do that, but it's just I just want to get home as soon as we
自分
can,
の価値と居場所を失わないためにもね。
so I don't lose my worth, my place in the
ま
world.
だ調査は始まったばかりだろ。
We've only just started our investigation, right?
そんなに焦る必要なんて。
No need to rush so much.
いや、僕は1秒だって無駄にはしたくないんだ。
No, I don't want to waste even a second of time.
1秒努力を怠れば、その分天才たちの背中は遠ざかる。
With every second you waste, you grow that much more distant from the backs of the geniuses that you're chasing
これ
after.
以上離されたらきっと父の視界に映りすらしなくなる。
If I get any further than this, I doubt Dad will even see me on the same field as he is.
今、ほんのわずかだけ与えられている居場所すら僕はなくしてしまうんだ。
I'm about to lose that humble little niche I was granted to me. This place that Goku refers to doesn't mean her own room or a place in her house. Rather, a space for her within her father's heart. Goku wants him not only to look at her sister, but at her herself as well. A number of memories resurface. When Goku won a national prize, it was all over the media. After that, she was interviewed on TV. When a reporter asked, "I'd also like to ask about your parents," Goku's expression clearly clouded over. Her parents were not there with her, likely because they'd gone to her sister's own ceremony instead. Not to Goku's, but her more capable little sister. Her fervor was causing her to push herself, and in the meantime, still try to protect all 8 of us. I couldn't just have her look for the
頼む。
culprit.
もう
Please,
少しだけ時間をくれ。
give me a little more
まだ
time.
見落としがあるかもしれない。試してない手段が見つかるかもしれない。
Maybe there's something we just overlooked, something we haven't yet tried.
みんなで力を合わせて考えれば、きっと何か。
I'm sure if we all put our heads together, then I'm sure we can.
ダメだ。時間が惜しい。
No, time is of the
東
essence.
国は平気なのか。
You're okay with that?
8人の関係が壊れて、いがみ合いが始まっても。
You want us to start fighting and tear apart our relationship?
平気なわけないじゃないか。正直、君たちと過ごす時間は楽しかったからね。
Of course not. I'm not. Honestly, it was so much fun with all of you.
みんなが一緒にいて、なんか長いことこういうのを望んでた気がするよ。
Being together like this feels like what I've wanted for so
そ
long.
れなら、
Then,
それでもダメだよ。ここは切らなきゃいけない。
but no, I need to make the decision now.
先延ばしにしたって、どうせいつかは向かい合わなきゃいけないんだ。できるだけ早い方がいい。
There's no point delaying it when we'll have to face it sooner or later, and sooner it's better. Once Goku switches tracks to try and find the culprit, I'm sure she will in no time at all. And of course, the pleasant atmosphere that we've had this whole time will break it down. I desperately rack my brain trying to figure out a logical reason to convince her from doing
僕ら
that.
に犯人探しをさせて、バラバラにするのがこの世界の狙いかもしれない。
Making us look for the culprit and dividing us might be what this world
やはり
wants.
安易に仲違いを促すべきじゃない。
I don't think we ought to start breaking up so
世
easily.
界が僕らに仲違いを望んでいるなら、僕はそれに乗るよ。
If that's what this world wants, then I'm all for
ゲ
it.
ームクリアに近づけるのなら、絆の崩壊すらも厭わない。
As long as it gets me closer to clearing this game, then I don't mind destroying my relationships. Erg.
実は、誰が原因かは、もううすうす分かってるんだ。
Honestly, I've had my suspicions for some time now about who's responsible for this. I can't think of any other way to get her to stop here. If that's the case, then I just have to face her intentions head on with my
どう
own.
してかわからないけど、でも、どうしても失いたくないんだ。
I don't exactly know why, but I really don't want to lose all
東
this.
国が脱出を急いでいるのもわかる。
I know you're in a hurry to escape from
君
here.
が 家族の中の自分の居場所を必死で守ろうとしてるのだって、気持ちは想像できるよ。
That you're desperate to protect your place in your family. I can imagine what that feels like. The instant Togoku hears the word family, her entire body switches in
東
response.
国がやろうとしていることは、自分のもう一つの居場所を壊すことでもあるんだよ。
But Togoku, what you're trying to do here will destroy the one other place where you
も
belong.
う一つの居場所。
Another place?
そうだ。僕らは常に東国を求めてる。
Yeah, we're always here for
君
you.
がいなくなると、どうにも成り立たなくなると思うんだ。
And whenever you're not around, things just don't
君
feel
は
right.
居場所を求めてるようだけど、もうここにあるんだよ。
I know you're looking for a place to be, but there's one right in front of you. After giving her my little spiel, Togoku stays quiet for a while, then gathers her resolve to continue speaking.
僕が欲しいのは君たちの中での居場所じゃないんだ。
What I want is not where you all are. Oof. What I wanted most was recognition from my father. He was a strict man who aimed for nothing but the best. He paid no heed to whatever praise or prize he received, and carried on, ever striving towards his own goal. Of course I admired my father. When I asked him to teach me physics, he refused, dodging the issue. I didn't know why. Perhaps he thought physics was just too much for me to handle. I pleaded with him many times before he finally relented, warning me about the ever-expanding difficulty of physics. My father became harsh on me ever since the day he started teaching me physics. He never once coddled me again. He told me to face reality head-on, that escape was unacceptable. And yet the first time I solved a proof, he praised me, even bought me a stuffed animal. Patty was part of the family now, and I placed it in my room. I was glad that my father approved of me. I fully intended to meet my father's expectations. I had ambitions of standing on stage, receiving more of his approval. I recalled that image into my mind whenever things got hard. But then Julie came along. My father adored my little sister Julie, just as he did with me. He was especially amazed at how fast she was learning. She was comparable to me despite being 2 years younger. I could feel that she was a prodigy by how fast she was growing. But one day the difference between us was made clear. It happened on the day I was supposed to go on stage. The thesis I had sent in had won the foundational physics prize. I thought my father would be proud of me when he saw me standing on stage. Just as I was about to receive my prize, Julie's paper came to light. It was a breakthrough worthy of the 21st century Nobel Prize. Her proof made ripples across the realm of international physics. Julie's name would be written in the annals of physics history. I knew my thesis was nothing compared to hers. The difference in sophistication was clear even to a layman. My awards ceremony was instantly upstaged. When Julie returned from America, she came home with a different doll than tell. I had bought her a stuffed animal for her once, many years ago. It was my first and last present for her. I knew that my father's attention had shifted. I vowed to myself that I would get it back. Favoritism. Bad. Oh. Hi. Oh. This is new. Hey, I'm a lady. I am no longer who I thought I was. A knock on the door startles me out of my reverie. I was remembering the old times. I was reminiscing longer than I thought. It's quite late now, and I wonder who it is. I walk towards the door and look through the peephole. Sakurai is standing there by himself. I slowly open the door.
なんだいこんな時間に。桜井くんにしては非常識な行動だね。
It's weird looking the player character in the eyes after this long of being inside their head. What is it? This late at night? Awfully rude, especially for you, Sakurai-kun.
どうしても話したいことがあって。
I just want to talk to you about something.
犯人探しをやめてほしいっていう話なら無駄だよ。僕は急いでいる。もう待てない。
If you're trying to stop me from looking for the culprit again, just give up. I'm in a hurry here. I can't wait
それは
anymore.
そうなんだけど、違うんだ。
Okay, there is that, but that's not it.
まずは僕が思い出した君のお父さんとの話について説明させてほしい。
I just remembered about what your father told me and wanted to tell you.
僕の父の話？
What my dad told you? Why is he bringing up my father all of a sudden? The lack of context troubles me. Sakurai ignores me and carries on with his story. It looks like he only remembered after talking to Nikaido earlier. My father was late coming to the awards ceremony, but at least he bothered to come. He had that cursed doll in his hand. The fact was, my father always worried whether I would be able to make it as an academic. The truth was, my father always had my happiness in mind. That is what Sakurai told me about him. This side of my father I never knew.
東国は大切にされていたんだよ。
He really thought about you.
ちょっとした行き違いで互いの思いが届いていなかっただけなんだ。
There was just a little misstep in communication, and you both missed what the other had to
お
say.
父さんは東国のことを大切に思っているよ。
But your dad really does care. I really just want to take a picture of Sakurai right now, of him actually being a person, and put it next to Lo. And I want to see if my crazy-ass theory is right that they are the same person. Because now he's actually moving like a person, and not just like the main character doll.
何それ？父が、父さんが僕を思ってる？
Come on, Dad, he cares about me?
お父さんの中にはいつだって変わらず東国の居場所がある。
Yeah, your dad's just the same as always. You still have a place in his
ちょっ
heart.
といなくなったくらいで失望されることはない。
No need to worry just because you've been gone a little while.
焦ってここを出て行こうとする必要なんてないんだ。
There's no need for you to panic and try to get out of here so soon. Also, the way he's actually gesticulating with his hands like that, it reminds me of, wow. I thought I was doing good remembering Togoku's name, but now I've forgotten everyone else. Kamiya. How they have like that leader confidence thing going on. Sakurai fervently tries to persuade me. His passion makes me wonder if everything he said up to this point is a lie. Is he just making stuff up as he goes along to trick me? I have no way of knowing, of course. There are plenty of times where Sakurai could have met with my father without my knowledge. The fact is, my father was invited to a symposium back in middle school. That was where he met Sakurai, and odds of them having this conversation was non-zero. But even then, there was no proof that they had ever
お
met.
父さんは東国が僕らの中にこそ居場所を見つけることを望んでいた。
Your dad wanted you to find a place to belong with
僕
us,
らだってそれを望んでいるよ。
and that's what we want
だか
too.
ら昔みたいに8人で力を合わせよ
So let's get back together and work let's get back and work together again like old
う。
times.
そうすれば脱出の方法なんて
If we do that, our chance of escaping... I don't know, Sakurai. Your voice is getting more and more distant. I wanted to believe the image of my father that Sakurai spoke of, but that image came into conflict with the image of my father that I knew and couldn't get away from. If what you say is true, then my father has always cared for me, that I've always had a place by his side. Then what was the point of everything I had done? I don't know, but that's why I need to find out. The only way I know how. Think.
出て行って。
Get out.
今の僕は混乱してしまっているみたいだ。合理的な判断ができる気がしない。
I'm pretty disoriented right now. I don't think I can make a logical decision. But
出て行ってくれ。
just get out.
わかった。こんな夜中に突然本当にごめん。
Okay, sorry for disturbing you so late at night. I closed the door, averting my gaze from Sakurai. Seeing his face would overcome me with my emotion. I would lose my ability to think clearly. I wait for my disoriented heart to calm down. Having calmed myself, I take a deep breath and begin to ruminate on Sakurai's words.
お父さんの中にはいつだって変わらず東国の居場所がある。
Your dad's just the same as always. You still have a place in his heart. What? So I've always had a place in my father's heart? And now my father thinks my place is with Sakurai and the others? If he did, he never acted like it. Why would he go behind my back to ask my friend like that? I felt like he was running away from me. Why didn't he realize that?
なんで今さらそんな。
Why? Why now? My father is strict and aims for the very best. He is hard on himself for the sake of becoming better. That's what I learned from him in dealing with myself. I threw away all unnecessary things in order to gain his approval. Somewhere along the line, I threw them, my childhood friends, away as well. I never bothered to make friends since then. All I wanted was my father's approval, his praises. Nothing else mattered to me. And I admired my father more than the world which approved of him. To think that my father avoided me because he disapproved of my actions. My heart is in a state of flux. To be honest, this is the first time I've thought about things this way. But once I sorted it out, I ended up with two simple options. What Sakurai said was mere conjecture without proof. Even if my father had said those exact words, I have no way of confirming its validity. In that case, the most logical thing to do would be to find the perpetrator. I have a hunch on who it might be. At the same time, there is a part that wanted to believe in Sakurai, and I'm willing to bet that the answers are stashed away in that safe. But I couldn't afford to input the wrong combination. I would have to get it right on the first try. And as much as I doubted Sakurai's words, I saw a glimmer of possibility in them. This is a bet. Highly illogical. The former option is logical, the later is not. At that moment I wonder, do I carry out this mission this world has given me, or do I open my father's safe? No! Okay. You're not gonna... Can I save? Let me save this. Okay. So this is the first decision in the reroute that's new. Initially, she goes and does this. She goes and opens the safe. This has not happened yet. I don't think... Okay. So everyone realizing what happened and shattering, I think, is good, actually. Because they remember everything they needed to do. Like, their clear condition was met. And, like, Naked Man... Like, his condition was met, and he was perfectly fine. He was like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. And then he shattered. I think that's how it is with all of them. They have to realize the truth, no matter how much it hurts, and face it. Which has me thinking, especially since I don't think I read through what all this is. We just got that notebook on the side. We didn't actually look in the safe. So having Goku's perspective on that when she first opens the safe might be good. So I think we continue on here. Because I don't think Goku made a mistake here in choosing to believe this. I make a mad dash out of the room. My destination, my house. I reach home, forget to take off my shoes, and charge straight to my father's study. My father always said to never open his safe. Not that I could since he never told me the password to begin with. But he did tell me that there was treasure inside his safe. I knew that my father also stored his important documents and unfinished theses inside of it. But as for the details of the treasure, he never said. My father only knows. I wasn't as good as Julie. I wasn't a genius like Julie. That's why I always thought my father had abandoned me. But I took on one difficult problem after another to win my beloved father's attention. Even if my father didn't approve of it, I couldn't stop thinking about it. This is my only way of dealing with things. And now I'm looking straight at one of those difficult challenges. I've managed to work out a hypothesis, though. I would just have to prove it by inputting the correct password. Heh, my hands are shaking. They haven't shaken this bad since the award ceremony. If my hypothesis is correct, what have I been doing with my life? And what will I do to fix it? I input the code. 0616. My birthday. I knew it! The safe made a beep and then unlocked itself. I open it slowly, but am perplexed the moment I look upon its contents. What I find are children's drawings made with crayon. A cartoon with the word Daddy written on it. All of them gifts I had given to my father once upon a
全
time.
部取ってある。大事に取っていたの。
It's all here. He kept everything? I spot something in the back of the safe, and I reach inside, my hands still shaking. The thing has the texture of a soft cushion. I recognize what it is thanks to always having her on me. I am holding onto a doll's hand. I pull up the doll I pull it out to reveal a doll that looks like Patty despite having a different color.
これは
This is a doll that my father couldn't give me. A present to complement his compliment. Sakurai might be right. This doll is proof that my father was there on the day of the awards ceremony.
お父さん
Dad, why is he such an awkward father, and why do I have to be such an awkward daughter? There's something I want to tell my father when I go back. That he can't expect people to know what he's thinking if he won't tell them. That he should just tell them from the outset what it is he wants them to know. I'm going to tell him everything I've kept pent up until now. The loneliness, the fear, the pain. I want him to understand and acknowledge me. To tell me that I belong here. That I'm needed here. Oh.
あ
A surge of memories rushed through my head. I don't know what caused it, but all of my foggy memories came back to the light in an instant. We really had lost our memories.
なるほど
Am I turning?
そうだ
Okay.
そうだったよね
I see. Right. That's right. At some point, our circle of friends had grown distant from one another. On the day Sakurai's sister Rin died, our relationship began shifting. That was the moment. How could I forget? How could I, of all people, forget such an important thing? Because I've been locked away in Chronos, I
ご
suppose.
めんごめんよ二階堂くん
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Nikaido-kun. But I had it coming. I was blind to everything but being by my father's side that I neglected even the important things. It didn't take long until I lost them. It was my fault. In a way, I should be doing all the heavy lifting. I can't let this remain wishful thinking. Can I still pick up the things I've left behind? Back to him. Back to boy. Had Togoku actually decided to change plans? I wasn't able to sleep out all night with the thoughts constantly running around my head. I head to the scramble in a daze and speak to Kageyama.
眠そうだね
You look pretty sleepy. You're next.
少しねこんな世界だ町工事やユウみたいに元気にいられるわけじゃない
I had a dream and you're next. Okay. If it's gonna do that and let me switch over to other people like that, I don't really know what happened to you, actually. You said you were gonna take action and then you disappeared. I have no idea what you actually did. You got stabbed. Kamiya got stabbed. I don't know. She got stabbed after revealing that she's not the same Kamiya that we know. So I would like to avoid her getting stabbed. You just stood up to Kamiya and you burst into a million pieces, so maybe that was correct. Nikaido, we need to fix Nikaido, definitely. There you are. You are not allowed near tall buildings. And you, I hate to say it, but Lo kind of brought out something out of you. The ability to fight, and I liked it. Because that wasn't just like normal street brawling, that was like trained stuff. So I think as he was remembering, he remembered some sort of like self-defense training or something. I wouldn't be surprised if like we're a lot older than we remember being, because our memories are gone. And like him in the future was actually like a cop or something. Or some sort of martial artist. I would not be surprised about that. Just a little. It's this place, you know? I can't stay pepped up like Machikoshi or you.
東国さん遅いね。
Togoku-san sure is late.
ああまだ寝ているのかな。
Yeah, maybe she's still asleep. She seemed pretty flustered last night. Maybe she wasn't able to sleep till late. It's about 8:15 now. Everyone but Togoku is already here. Our investigation will likely continue once she arrives. Nope. The investigation that Togoku and I were doing is already finished. She came to the conclusion that we won't be able to escape until we find the culprit. She's probably going to tell that to everyone here. I have no more intentions of going against her. If our talk yesterday didn't manage to change her mind, then there's nothing else I can do. As we're waiting for her to arrive, I'm a little relieved inside that she hasn't come yet. Watching everyone chatted up, part of me has just given up, hoping that this lasts forever, without realizing that I'd made a terrible, terrible mistake. Ever since, Togoku has never shown up again. I just got an achievement. What I want is...
Sakurai-kun, 大丈夫?
Kyosuke, are you alright? Yeah, barely. My head goes blank because of the sudden shock. I tell him I'm okay for
こ
now.
っちは見つからなかった。
No luck here. Out of curiosity. Okay, it's just re still. I wonder if I had chosen the other path, it would be something like Alt 3 or something.
こっちもだ。
Me neither. With the sun now going down, everyone assembles at the scramble. Everyone's expression is dark and lifeless. We looked all over Shibuya, but we can't find Togoku at
どこ行
all.
ったんだよ。
Where'd she go? It was just far too sudden. This morning, no matter how long we waited, Togoku didn't show up. We got worried, so we decided to check her room in the hotel, but no matter how much we knocked, there was no answer. The door itself was slightly open, so we went inside, but the room was deserted. Togoku has, in this restricted space of Shibuya, gone missing. Huh?
ユウはどこに行ったんだ。
Where'd you go? I get goosebumps as the words leave my mouth. Bad premonitions run through my head. Togoku had gone missing, and now you?
そういえば戻りが遅いけど。
It's taking her a while to come back. Kaguya looks around suspiciously. We had gone our separate ways to look for Togoku. We were so engrossed in our search, however, that we didn't bother checking in to see where we all went. You had left to look for Togoku, and is yet to return. The situation leads me to the worst possible conclusion.
まさか嘘だろ。ユウまでいなくなった。
No, it can't be. Is you gone too? I didn't want to think about the possibility, even as a joke. Everyone else feels the same way, judging by the looks on their faces.
最悪のケースは考えておいた方がいいとは思う。
Still, we need to take the worst case scenario into consideration. Machikoshi clenches his fists, not wanting to believe him. I don't want to think about the worst case scenario, let alone wish it. But Togoku's disappearance remains a fact which fans the embers of
もう
uncertainty.
一度探しに行こう。暗くなる前に。
Let's go look for them again before it gets dark. Just as we were about to leave...
よかった。帰ってきたみたいだ。
Wait, she's back, thank goodness.
ごめんみんな遅くなっちゃった。
Sorry I'm late, you guys.
どこ行ってたんだよ。ユウ。帰りが遅くて心配したんだぞ。
Where did you go, you? You took so long we were starting to get worried. Were you setting cameras in my room? Is that what takes you so long?
ほんとごめん。あちこち念入りに探してるうちに道に迷っちゃって。
I'm so sorry. I went looking around every corner just in case and I got lost along the way. She did give me quite a scare. The tension in my chest eases when I see her return safe. But now I think I have an idea where Togoku might be.
本当に何も東国のことは知らないの？
Sakurai, you really don't know what happened to Togoku?
夜に話したのが最後だ。
Yeah, the last I saw her is when we talked the night before. I've already spoken with everyone about what happened with Togoku, but how she wanted to a place to belong, about how she would only find that with her father. I see. That night I told Togoku about the story about her father, and that was the very last time I ever saw her. Maybe this is my fault? Ever since we came to this world, I'm the one who spent the most time with her. If there's anyone who caused her to vanish, then wouldn't the blame lie with me? My chest begins to hurt.
京介大丈夫？具合悪そうだよ。
Kyosuke, are you alright? You don't look so good, you say with a smile. You approaches.
大丈夫。
Thanks, I'm fine.
様子が変だったとか何かない？
Did anything about her seem
い
off?
つもより少し元気がなかったけど。でも、こんな状況なら当然だと思う。
She was a little down compared to her usual self, but I think it's only natural given the circumstances.
いなくなるような感じだった。
Did she show any signs that she would just disappear?
そんな感じじゃなかった。
No, it didn't seem that way to me.
ほら、ユリアちゃんのことだし、またいたずらじゃないかな。そのうちひょっこり出てくるよ。
I mean, this is Yuria-chan. Maybe it's just another one of her pranks? She'll show up again somewhere, sooner or later. Right? You tries to cheer everyone up, but no one else nods along with her. Togoku did love these kind of pranks, but it's already evening. It's a bit too late for her to reveal that it was all a joke. Given her sense of curiosity, I wouldn't put it past her to just wander off to do her own investigation, but she would have at least left a
明
note.
日からは渋谷の建物の中も探そう。
Let's search the insides of the buildings as well tomorrow.
そうだね。いるはずなんだ。この壁の中に。
Yeah, she's got to be here somewhere, inside the walls. She's got to be somewhere inside. There's no way to go anywhere else.
ユリアがいないでこれから先どうすんだよ。
What are we gonna do without Yuri around? Wachikoshi's comment only serves to worry everyone further. Yuri's the only one that could figure out a way out of this mess. The truth of the matter is she's the only one who understands this world. Losing her means losing our way out. No, to be precise, we're losing a safe way out. What's still in my mind is that message. I am dead. Who killed me? With Tsugoku gone, I get the feeling that we have no choice but to tackle that message head on. To find the killer among us. I can't sleep. Though I'm tired, I just can't fall asleep. Oh right, this feels like I haven't had anything to eat all day. Or at all. This is bad. I need to rest, but the more I think that, the more I stay wide awake. Togoku. I sigh. The mix of anxiety within me seems to leave me along with my breath. My heart is just a little bit more still. We need to find Togoku. Where did she go? We were just looking for her at random earlier without much thought. This time I can give this a bit more thought. Togoku and I tried to break through the wall, but that failed. Then she said that we had no other choice but to look for the culprit. I objected to that. She wants to go home as soon as she can so she can gain the approval of her father, because she thinks that if she's gone, then her sister will completely take her place. She's panicked. That's why I told her that story from long ago. I wanted to reassure her that her father still cherishes her. The first thing that comes to mind is that she somehow managed to escape on her own. It certainly wouldn't be a surprise if she found a way to escape. She tried a method of escape by herself, and now she can't come back. That seems possible. She wouldn't say anything that she wasn't entirely sure of. If so, then even if she had a theory on how to escape, she wouldn't have told me of it. But that doesn't quite feel right. Even she doesn't want to find the culprit. That would only breed suspicion among everyone. She only resorted to that option because there really was no other way. That's how serious the situation was for her. That's why I doubt she was able to figure out a means of escape and execute it in just a single night. If she said there's no other way out, then there's no other way out. If that's the case, then there isn't that many other possibilities. Maybe she voluntarily decided to live on her own? If so, then where? There's no point looking for someone at random in Shibuya if they're in a building. And if she's already aware that we're looking for her, then she'd be able to hide herself. There's got to be a better way to pinpoint places where she'd likely be. Suddenly, my thoughts are put to a halt. There's a knock at the door. Who could it be at this time of night? So I wondered to myself as I opened the door.
You.
You.
何かあったのか?
What's up? Something happened? My chest throbs, anxious. Don't tell me someone else vanished. You, however, doesn't answer me. Instead, she sighs, relieved and on the verge of tears.
京介ちゃんといた。
Oh, thank God, Kyosuke. You're still here.
そりゃあいるよ。こんな時間に出かけるわけないだろ。
Well, of course I am. I can't exactly be going out this time of night.
でもね、ユリアち んのこともあったし、ちょっと心配だったの。
I know, but with what happened to Yuria, I can't help but be worried. Yeah. Despite Yu's bright personality, she can be pretty timid and lonely. When we were young and her parents would be coming home late, or her sister would be out on that school trip, she would be at my house in tears bawling. Considering how close she and Togoku were, with Togoku suddenly gone, perhaps her past self is
ね
back.
え、京介。
Hey, Kyosuke.
何？
What?
あのね、ちょっとだけ近くにいさせてくれないかな。ちょっとでいいの。
Could you stay with me a little bit? Just for a while? With puppy dog eyes, she looked at me, nervous as she asked. The situation being what it is, I wouldn't be surprised for anyone to be worried or scared. She needs to be comforted,
いい
too.
よ。何も用意してあげられないけど。
Sure, I can't really do anything else for you,
あ
though.
りがとう。
Thanks. You laughs to hide her embarrassment as I led her into my room, and then... Something presses against my back.
ユウ？
Give me the money.
ごめん、京介。10秒だけでいいの。
Sorry, Kyosuke. Just give me 10 seconds. I can't think of a reason for Yu's actions, and it flusters me. After exactly 10 seconds, my back feels lighter. I turn around to find Yu with a satisfied smile on her face. Did you put a kick me sign on me?
びっくりしたよ。いきなり。どうした？
You scared me there for a second. What's up?
どうもしないよ。元気の充電を兼ねたスキンシップみたいなものかな。
Nothing? I just wanted to recharge my energy through some skinship.
今そこにいる人に触れられるってすごく嬉しいことだよね。
It feels really nice to touch someone who's just standing there next to you. I don't understand, but if it helped ease her worries, I'm more than willing to help. You seats yourself on the bed and pats the spot next to her.
京介もこっち座って。
Come on, Kyosuke, have a seat.
いや、僕はこっちでいいよ。
Huh? No, I'm good here, thanks.
よくないの。隣、そばにいてほしい。
Here, I want you beside me.
そこまでしなくても。そんなに怖いのか？
Do I have to go that far? Are you that scared?
怖い。怖いよ。やっぱり。
Scared? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. She nods, answering honestly. The smile she had shown me earlier was a mere front to cover up the fear and anxiety she had. I thought that I'd be able to distract her from her anxiety just by talking, but it looks like it's more severe than I assumed. Oh, hi. Quietly, I take a seat beside her. The bed springs compress. In that same beat, maybe, I'm not too sure, she leans her shoulder against my
京
arm.
介はいなくなったりしないでね。
Kyosuke, you're not going to disappear, are you? You looks me right in the eyes. My heart skips a beat and as Yu's sweet and innocent face draws close to mine. You and I had always been close growing up, to the point of being like siblings. Our relationship had cooled down by the time we were in middle school and high school, but our long years together had finally made me nostalgic. I haven't been this close to her in a long
い
time.
なくなるわけないだろ。
How could I possibly
心
disappear?
配しすぎだって。
You're worrying too much. It's exactly at a time like this that a sense of just as usual normalcy is important. Or so I heard somewhere.
東国のこともきっと大丈夫。
I'm sure Togoku's safe
消
too.
えたわけじゃないよ。
She can't have just vanished.
必ず見つけ出してみせる。
I'll find her, I swear. After I reassure her, a few moments pass, then Yu raises her head.
本当？ユリアちゃん見つかる？
Really? You'll find Yuria-chan?
まあ、一応当てらしきものがなくはないんだ。
Yeah, I do kinda sorta have a lead at
そっ
least.
か。
There!
やっぱり京介はすごいね。
I see.
どんな時でも前に向かって進んでいけるんだもん。
I see. You really are great, Kyosuke. You always move forward no matter the situation.
まあ、僕ってそれくらいしか取り柄がないからね。
Well, it's
デリ
kind
カ
of
シーがない分、
it's
不
kind
安
of
に
the
対しても鈍くできてるのかも。
well, that's kind of the only thing I'm good for. My lack of sensitivity also dulls me to
まあ、
anxiety.
せっかく褒めてるんだから卑屈にならないでよ。
Come on, I'm praising you for once. The least you can do is accept
そう
it.
だ。 めげずに頑張る京介に私からご褒美をあげちゃうよ。
I know. I will give you a present for working tirelessly.
私の方から撫でてあげるね。よーしよーし。
And that present is a head pat. Good boy.
おい、ユウ。
You, come on. I was just petting her on the head too. I thought I was going to cheer her up, but she turned the tables on me. As embarrassing as it is to admit, the feeling of use and comforts me. Yu's ability to be strong and kind when she herself is weak and scared soothes my heart. As Yu receives and administers head pats, she begins to regain her cheerfulness.
京介、ちょっと元気出た。
Thanks, Kyosuke. I'm feeling a bit
そ
better
れなら
now.
よかった。
That's good to know.
でもこんな風に一緒にいるのすっごい久しぶりでしょ。せっかくだし、もう少しここにいてもいい？
It's been such a long time since we were alone like this. Can I stay a bit longer? She ruffles around in her pockets, taking out a
こ
camera.
っちに来てから撮ったみんなの写真、結構いいのが撮れてると思うの。京介も一緒に見よう。
I've taken a lot of pretty nice photos of everyone since we got here. I want to show you some. If I were being totally honest, I'm feeling a bit sleepy. Seeing as you've gotten a bit of her pet back, though, it feels a bit wrong to send her back to her room. Sure.
僕もユウの写真、久しぶりに見たい。
It's been a while, too. I want to see the pics you took. We looked through her photos, remembering what was happening when they were taken. And as we're looking through them, I eventually nod off to sleep. When I wake up, the sun is already shining through the window, and Yu has already gone back to her room. Oh. I am Mr. Anxiety. I didn't think the change would be this quick. I have in the past thought about the reason behind my existence. Oh, he has depression too, damn. For what purpose was I born? Probably none. For all I know, I was born as a mere accident of life. I understood that intellectually, but I still thought sought for a reason to my existence. If anyone needed me, that was good enough. You're boring. Damn. That's what the girl sitting next to me told me during the grade school entrance ceremony. All because I couldn't come up with an answer to her question. Those words left a mark on my heart that wouldn't go away. Did she think I was weird? Did I do it right? Thinking about it made my mouth clamp even harder, and I was now at a further loss for words. I knew my facial expression was a mess, too. So it couldn't be helped that she said that. I spent my break time reading books in class. It was my way of forgetting the hustle and bustle of the classroom. But every book comes to an end, and when I would close a particular book, the noisy classroom would come flooding back to me. I thought that my classmates looked like they were having fun. Still, I refused to join in because the fun atmosphere would break the moment I joined. Alright, am I still... Yeah, I'm Mr. Anxiety. Okay. Kageyama. Scratching my nose. Let me just check. Make sure everything's going fine. Wrong one. Because I am noticing... It's getting a bit framey. I'm hoping that's just a me thing. Alright. We split into groups in the two and looked for Togoku. I was grouped with Sakurai. He looks tired, no energy in his face.
結構広いけど頑張ろう。
Southern side is pretty big. Let's get to it. I say as I adjust my face. Yeah. My voice startles him, and he only responds with a soft smile. Sakurai was the one who took Togoku's disappearance the hardest. Probably because they had worked together right before she disappeared. That isn't all, though. There's a tinge of regret in his expression. Sakurai is always in the habit of carrying all the burdens by himself. I'm sure he's thinking there was something he could have done to prevent Togoku from vanishing, He has bags under his eyes, a clear sign of sleep deprivation. He should get some rest today.
建物の中までとなると1日ではとても無理だから今日は4分の1くらいやろっか。
If we're expanding the search to inside buildings too, then just one day isn't enough. Let's aim for about a fourth of the area
その
today.
前に一つ行きたいところがあるんだけどいいか
Before that, there's one place I want to check out, if that's okay.
いいけどどこに行くの？
Sure, but where exactly?
東国の家だ
To Goku's house.
お邪魔します。うわ、お金持ち。
Excuse us. Whoa, she's rich. We step through to Goku's house and immediately feel a difference in our standard of living. They got jars of beans on their counter. Goku comes from a long line of geniuses, so it isn't strange that she would be living in such lavish
手に
house.
入っていいのかな？
Can we really just barge in like this? Also, I've kind of just realized, because that's where every time I've been in here, that's where I've been standing. I have no socks on. That upsets me. Sakurai doesn't wear socks. But yeah, just the idea that he is standing where I usually would be standing in this house when I'm him, so that's kind of interesting.
そんなこと言ってる場合じゃない
Now's not the time for that.
そうだよね。
That's true. Sakurai is more blunt than he usually is today. He knows he doesn't have any more room for small talk. Tagoku's shoes aren't at the entrance, which means she's probably not here. I keep quiet about it, though. Sakurai wants to see the truth for himself, and I'm not going to get in his way. There's no one in the living room, too. Or there's no one in the living room.
わあ、
Whoa. The living room was so fancy I can't help but whistle at it. Sakurai checks Tagoku's room and finds it empty. He shrugs,
ここ
disappointed.
にはいないのかな？
I guess she isn't
そ
here.
うかも
I guess not. If Tagoku disappeared on her own will, then there's no way she would be here. She would know that we would start our search for her at her own house. Did she disappear of her own will, actually? No one brought it up. No one wanted to think that Tagoku could have been the culprit all along. Kamiya, Sakurai, everyone really, with the exception of Tagoku, poured their hearts and souls into making this community work. If they didn't, our little community would instantly break. We need to avoid being suspicious of each other so we could cooperate. But by the same token, letting our guards down completely would allow the killer to pick us off at any time. What I need to do first is find the killer. Find the one who's been lurking in the shadows behind everyone's back. I have no solid leads yet, but I need to find them as soon as I can.
あ、
Ugh.
どうしたの？
Eh? What happened?
金庫が開いてる
The safe's open. The safe looks sturdy before it was broken into. Inside is a mess of papers. We find a child's drawing among them.
なんだろう？え？
What are these drawings? I take the paper in my hand. It looks like a cartoon drawing. The name Yuri is written on the other side of it. I guess Tagoku drew this when she was a
どうして
kid.
こんなものが金庫に？
What was this doing in the
大
safe?
切だったんだろう
Because it was important, I'm sure.
あとこれって
And this thing? We find a doll in the safe. It looks like Patty, but the doll Tagoku always has with her, albeit a different color. Oh, it looks like Patty, the doll Tagoku always has with her, albeit being a different color and pattern. Sakurai's eyes widen as he examines the stuffed toy. He then drops his gaze and his expression turns the one of sadness.
お父さんが準備していたものだろう渡せはしなかったみたいだけどな
Her father got this for her, but he couldn't give it to her in time. Sakurai whispers and lifts his
東
face.
北はこの金庫内にあるとある論文がこの世界を理解するために役に立つと言ってたんだ
Tagoku said this safe contains some papers that would help in understanding this
そうな
world.
の？じゃあこの紙の束の中に何かヒントが？
Really? Then maybe we can find a hint or two in the stack of papers. I just realized something. If the doll was back in the safe and she was holding it when it disappeared, shouldn't it be like at our feet? Did someone put it back in the safe?
そうだろうねだけど僕たちで理解できるかな
Probably, but I doubt we'd be able to understand any of it.
確かに。
True.
一応全部持って帰ろう 今ここでその論文がどれかなんて判断がつかないし。
Let's at least take this stuff back with us. We wouldn't be able to tell which is going to be useful for us
そう
anyways.
だね。
Good point. I agree, though I see a little point in bringing the massive papers back with us. The closed safe is now open, which means Goku or the culprit already took what they wanted from it. Still, there is a possibility we might find a clue in the stack of
段ボールか
papers.
何かに詰めて持ってくか。
Let's put them all in a box to bring
ちょっ
back.
と探してみるね。
I'll go look
あ
for
りがと
one.
う。
Thanks. I leave the room and rush through the house to look for a cardboard box. I soon find one in the closet.
桜井くん、
Sakurai. I stop just as I'm about to re-enter the study. I peek inside. Sakurai is reading through a thick notebook. He flips vigorously through his pages. His astonished expression must mean that he found something within.
桜井くん、あったよ。どうかした？
Sakurai-kun, there you are. What's wrong? Is that really how suspicious I was being? Literally just holding it behind me. Sakurai hurriedly closes the notebook. His face stiffens when he realizes I might have caught him reading it.
いや、なんでもない。
No, it's nothing.
そっか。じゃあ、とりあえずこれを詰めてみんなの元に戻ろう。
Alright, let's start packing this stuff and head back to
そうだ
everyone?
ね。
Yeah, let's. Sakurai doesn't even touch the notebook. Why? Did he have a reason for hiding it? Sakurai might be hiding something from everyone. Something that, if revealed, it would put him at a disadvantageous position. A bit of information that might destroy everything he holds dear. Sakurai wants us all to be together. He just found out something that might break our bond. Was it the killer's name written in there? No, I don't know that yet. Needless assumptions would only muddle my thinking. I don't know the specifics, but I could tell that he found something important in that book. If it was lying in this room when he got here, Goku might have left it behind. Sakurai tries to pretend as if the notebook is nothing important. He doesn't look at it like he is ever going to bring it up. I guess he's intent on keeping this book a secret. Well, if Sakurai thinks it's better to keep under wraps, then I'll agree. English. Oh. No, I want to stay. Don't make me be Sakurai again. No! I want to be not protagonist. I'm collapsed. I go back to my room, taking out the notebook that hid at the... I'm having a stroke. I go back to my room, taking out the notebook that hid at the back of my clothes. Honestly, it felt like everyone would totally notice. We need to sacrifice the culprit once found. Sacrifices are unavoidable. I can't let anyone know the conclusion that Goku reached. Once they do... Actually, wait a minute. Goku never had any time to write that, did she? So that has to be Julie's notebook. Oh, unless that was a notebook she had been carrying around and not at all involved in the... Okay. Once they do, the hunt will begin. Everyone will start suspecting each other, isolating themselves. That absolutely cannot happen. I have to. I must find a way out of here. I want to protect everyone as they are now. I'll have to be careful with how I handle this notebook. Actually, out of curiosity, can I see the camera? Because I know there's one in here at this point. Like, I think there's one out in the hallway, but there should be one in the room too, right? I have no idea where it would be. Though I consider burning it, the contents are too valuable. I need to hide it somewhere. Taking a look at the notebook again, flipping through the pages, I stop at a particular passage.
このページ破けてる。
Huh? This page is torn off. There's a single page that's been torn off. Did she use it as a quick scrap of paper? All the other pages are packed with her thoughts about Chronos World. My body jumps at the sudden knock. Crap, that was close. I almost yelped too. For now, I hide the notebook inside the desk the TV sits on and head to the door. Facing the door, I hear a voice.
私だけど、
It's me,
二階堂。
Nikaido.
ちょっといいかしら。
Do you have a moment? What does she want at this time of day? Opening the door, she slips right into the room. Nikaido's posture is stiff and upright, almost like a doll's. With her staring straight at me in the eyes, I struggle to find the words to say. Unsure of her intentions after visiting, I ask gingerly, "What's up?"
神谷君には気をつけて。
Be careful of Kamiya-kun. Eh? Kami. Actually, wait. Kamiya? What's she on about all of a
神
sudden?
谷がどうかしたか？
What's up with Kamiya?
彼のことを信じないで。
Don't believe what he
どうし
says.
て？
How come?
今あなたに言えるのはそれだけよ。
That's all I can tell you for
Oi.
now.
詳しく説明してくれよ。どうして神谷のことをそんな風に言うんだよ。
Hey, at least give me an explanation here. What's got you saying all this about him?
仲間だろ、みんな。
We're all friends here, aren't we? I can't possibly start doubting anyone here. We have to get to work together to get through this. We can't lose a single person. We have to do. You've already fucked that up. We have to do this with all 8 of us.
ローのこと信じてる。
Do you really trust Lo?
ロ
Huh? Lo?
ええ、
Yes.
あいつは信じてない。
I don't.
それなら神谷君のことも信じないで。
That it's best you don't trust Kamiya either. Yeah, why is Kamiya later on working with
いや
Lo?
待て。神谷とローに何の関係が？
Wait, what do Kamiya and Lo have to do with each other? Actually, I'm pretty sure Lo's the only showed himself to me. By the way she talks about him, it seems like she knows him. When did that relationship start? Like, when does he show himself to her? Nikaido doesn't respond, however. She just gives me another look then
信
leaves.
じるなって。どういうことだよ。
Don't believe him? What does she mean? Kamiya's keeping us all together. Ever since we came to this world, he's been helping relieve the tension and unrest among us. Ever since Togoku vanished, he's been having us look for her, not the
確か
culprit.
にポリシーはだいぶ変わったみたいだけど。
His approach seems to be pretty different, though. In the real world, he was well known as a cool but harsh reformist. Since he was elected to the student council, a lot of his policies have been fairly major and extensive. Despite the resistance from various clubs, he greatly shortened the time available for club activities and managed to convince the faculty to undergo further teaching training. He even had the consulting lecturer for the concert band, who wasn't getting any results, fired and replaced. Kamiya used the full brunt of his family's influence and his power as the student council president to overhaul the school. Though there were a number of dissenters, his overwhelmingly positive results silenced them and brought happiness to a larger portion of the student body. A real revolutionary, that one. And despite that, Kamiya's insisting that we all just get along nicely. As a pacifist myself, it's a big help, but it's certainly not how he'd be going about this. Nikaido might be finding his current actions suspicious. I take out the notebook I hid inside the table under the TV. Flipping through the pages, I trace through the parts where the page is torn. This page is probably where she wrote who the culprit was. Did she mean to say that it was Kamiya? Nikaido seemed to have her suspicions of Kamiya, but I just can't imagine him killing anyone. He'd have his own ways to solve any problem without resorting to murder. With someone as charismatic and powerful as he is, tossing someone into the very bottom of society is totally possible. I couldn't think of anyone else as a murderer either, but it was just unimaginable. Regardless of how I think, I'm really lacking information here. We still don't know a thing about this world. And there may even be something lurking within those lost memories. But I have an idea on who might know about that. An alien entity, entirely bereft of comprehensibility, who somehow slipped into this world. I'm only 8 childhood friends, a 9th outsider. Nikaido acted as if she knew something about him, but I'm the only one who's made contact so far. I need to find Lo and make him tell me what he knows. It's going to be tough to get him to talk, but I can't just leave him be. Can I even find him in the first place? That fear, however, turned out to be pointless.
よーみんな、久しぶりだな。毎日うろうろご苦労なこった。
Yeah, it's been a while. Enjoying your little sightseeing tour around Shibuya?
お前、
You. The next day, we all gather at the scramble. Lo was already there, sitting at the
桜井
table.
彼は
Sakurai, who is
おい
he?
おい、なんだよそれ。覚えてないのか？ローだよ。
Oh, come on, you don't remember? It's me, Lo.
君がローか。名前だけは桜井から聞いてる。
So you're Lo. Sakurai mentioned your name to us before.
そりゃどうも。お前も忘れちゃったのな。
Well, I'm honored, but I guess you forgot me too, huh?
回りくどい説明はする気はない。俺は幼馴染のうちの一人、そんだけだよ。いつもみんなで行動してただろう。
I'm sick of playing games. I'm one of the old gang, that's it. We were always together, right?
覚えてないな。誰だよ、お前。
Nope, don't remember. Who are you?
私も覚えてないですね。
I don't remember either.
ごめん。僕、記憶力が悪くて。
Sorry, my memory's not very good.
おいおい、ひでえな。みんな桜井と一緒かよ。
Hey, now that's terrible. You're all just like Sakurai? You and Nikaido kept quiet.
ユウは覚えてるか？
Oh, wrong side. You, do you remember him?
いや、全然知らないよ。カレンちゃん知ってる？
Eh? No, I don't. Do you, Karen-chan?
知らないわ。
I don't. You're looking at him like you hate him. Nikaido clearly seems to have some memory of him, but she flatly declines it with a stern face. She seems to be scowling at him.
にしても悲しいな。誰も俺のことを覚えてないなんて。俺はみんなのことよーく知ってるのによ。
Well, that's just sad. No one remembers me? I remember every single one of you.
神谷の独裁者っぷりとか町工事の途中で諦めるところとか諸角の疑問を殺す無能さとか。
Kamiya, the dictator. Machikoshi's half-assed notness. Morizumi's total
友野
incompetence.
の自己中心的なところとか影山の自分が傷つくのが嫌で何にもできないところとか。
Momono and her egotistic self. Kageyama's pathetic attempts to be nice.
桜井の嫌なとこは全部他人に押し付けるところとか東国の。俺、そういや東国はいねえの？
Sakurai, with how he pushes everything onto someone else, and to Goku with her... Whoa, wait, where is she? She ain't here?
なんだよ、お前。絶対俺たちの仲間じゃないだろ。
Who the hell are you? You ain't one of us.
仲間だって言ってんだろ。さっきの言葉は全部心当たりがあるだろう。
I just said I was. Didn't you hear what I just said? It sounded familiar, right?
全然ない。適当なこと言うな。
Not at all. Quit bullshitting us. The way Lo's words and actions scream for attention. My suspicions of him grow even
何
stronger.
をしに来た？
What do you want?
そうじゃけんにすんなよ。お前らに男手が足りねえと思ってわざわざ出てきてやったんだ。
Oh, don't be so mean now. I'm here because I figured you needed some help.
助けキャラは大事にしておくもんだぜ。俺、食料運んできてやろうか？
You need to treat your support characters with a little more love, you know? Hey, I'll bring you some food. Lo smiles reassuredly. His words and tone are condescending, but I can't understand what's going on in that head of his. This is my chance. I absolutely have to extract some information out of him. Every time it fades to black, I'm like, perspective shift? Now that that's a thing? I just want to be anyone but Sakurai. I've already been... So, looked down and saw white. I'm just like, am I a character box? No, I'm still here. I'm just like, I want to be anyone but Sakurai. I've seen Sakurai. Lo's arrival weighs on my mind so heavily that I can't make much progress into Goku's thesis. Night rolls in and I'm left alone in my room thinking about him.
突然すまない。桜井、入っていいか？
Sorry to disturb Sakurai. Can I come in? Sure.
こそこそすまん。なんだか神谷の前では言いづらくて。
Sorry we gotta be all sneaky and stuff here. It was hard to talk about it with Kamiya
大丈
around.
夫。
It's fine.
ああローってやつ。あいつが犯人なんじゃないのか？
So, like, isn't Lo the culprit?
犯人っていうのは
The culprit meaning...
私は死んだ。犯人は誰ってやつ。
You know, I am dead. Who killed me? That guy.
どうしてそう思うの？
What makes you think that?
攻撃的だし、俺らの友達とか嘘をつくし。
He was being pretty aggro, and even lied about being our friend and stuff.
あんな嘘つき野郎を同じホテルに泊めて大丈夫なのか？
Is it really okay to let that liar stay in the same hotel as us?
ローが嘘をついている証拠がない。
Lo might actually not be lying. I ended up sounding like I'm defending him, but this needs to be said. Though it's highly suspicious, we can't just ride our emotions. There's no point if there's no
どう
proof.
してだって俺らは誰もあいつのこと覚えてないんだぞ。
What makes you say
記憶
that?
が消えている可能性がある。
There's a possibility that some of our memories are missing.
記憶が
Our
俺
memories?
らの
I explained to them the portion of Togoku's theory, and Machikoshi accepts it.
私は死んだと言われてもそもそも誰が殺されたのかわからないしな。
It did say I am dead, but we don't actually know who's dead.
生きた記憶もないしおかしなことだらけだ。
We don't have any memories of how we got here either. Nothing but mysteries
なんだ
here.
か中学高校の記憶も薄い気がするよ。
It feels like my memories of middle school and high school are rather hazy,
小学
yes.
生のことばかり鮮明に覚えてる。これも記憶が消えてる影響なのかな。
The only clear memories I have are those from elementary. Is this also because of that memory
そうかも
loss?
しれない。
Possibly.
僕たちは今、犯人を見つけるために適した状態になってるらしいんだ。
Apparently, the conditions have been set for us to find the
記憶
culprit.
を失っているのが、どうしてそうなのかはよくわからないけど。
But I don't understand why we had to lose a part of our
桜
memories.
井くん詳しいんだね。
You seem to know quite a lot.
いや、そうじゃなくて。
No, that's not
東
me.
国がそんなようなことを言ってたから。
It's just what I heard from Togoku. It takes some time to settle down. Kageyama's query was just a quick comment. I ended up overreacting to it because I'm hiding that notebook.
記憶が消えてて実際はあいつが俺らの仲間だったなんてこと考えられるか。
So you think that maybe we just lost our memories and that guy actually is part of our
こん
group?
な奴が俺らと仲良くしてたと思えない。
There's no way an asshole like that is our friend.
ローと仲良くなんてできない。
Agreed. I can't possibly get along with him.
それは今も、昔もだ。
No, or back then.
あいつが嘘をついてることを証明しなくちゃいけない。
But I need to prove that he's lying, first of
そう
all.
しないと追い詰めることはできないよ。
If I can't, then I can't fight back against him.
何を言ってものらりくらりとかわされそうだけど。
That's true. All he's doing is trying to randomly mess with
で
us.
も誰もあいつの味方なんていないし証明なんてしなくても構わないだろう。
But he doesn't even have anyone on his side. There's no point in trying to prove that he's lying,
いや
is there?
そんなことはない。
No, not necessarily
確
true.
信もないのに、犯人と決めつけるわけには。
We can't just decide who the culprit is when we aren't even absolutely
発見
sure.
は俺がしてる。あいつ以外に犯人はいない。
Well, I'm totally sure. It can't be anyone else but him.
町工事はそうかもしれない。
That might be the case for you,
みんながそうとは限らない。
but not necessarily for
少
everyone.
なくとも神谷、諸角あたりは反対すると思う。
At the very least, Kamiya and Morozumi would probably object.
そうだな。
I
大
guess.
丈夫。
Don't
仮
worry.
にローが何か企みを持っていようと、僕らが結束してれば何もできない。
Even if Lo has some kind of scheme in the works, we can just pin him down.
焦る必要はないんだ。
No need to get worked over it.
影山はどう思
What do you think, Kageyama?
僕
Eh?
う
Me?
影山の意見を聞きたい。
I want to know what you think.
どうして
み
Why?
んなを一番見てるのは影山だから。
Because you're the most observant out of all of us. If Kamiya is the bold revolutionary, then Kageyama is the quiet observer. He never lets any paperwork slip by, and he has the insight to anticipate when people might have trouble. Though he doesn't stand out, he's always behind the scenes supporting
そ
us.
んなことないよ。全然そんなことない。
Oh no, I'm not. Really, I'm not.
そんなことある。
Oh yes, you
周りがよ
are.
く見えているから、いつも影山は着眼点が違う。
You're always aware of your surroundings, looking at things we normally glance over.
どう思う？
So, what do you think?
僕はロー君が犯人かはまだわからないと思う。
I'm not sure if Loken is the
あい
culprit.
つが犯人だって。じゃあ他にこの中に人殺しがいると思うか？
He's gotta be. What, are you saying that someone else here
そ
is?
れはわからないよ。でも僕らは思っている以上に互いのことを知らないんじゃないのかな。
I don't know. But I mean, maybe we don't actually know each other as well as we think we do?
なんでだよ。小学校からの仲だろ。
Oh, come on. We've been buddies since we were kids, right?
そうなんだけど。
That's true,
で
but
も今回東国さんがいなくなって彼女の悩みのことなんて僕ら
But
誰も
Togoku,
知らなかった。
But Tsugoku-san suddenly disappeared, and we didn't even know anything about what she was going through. Neither me or Machikoshi could say anything in return.
していく必要があるんだと思うよ。ロー君のことも、他のみんなのことも。
That's why we need to learn more about Lokun and about everyone else. He's just giving me eyes. The next morning, I head to the scramble and Lo's already there. No one else is around yet, it's just us two.
おう、京介。よく眠れたか？
Oh, why did I... Yo, Kyosuke, had a good night's sleep. Why did I think he said
一体
Kageyama?
何なんだ。
What the hell are you?
なんだも何もローだっつうの。気心の知れた仲だろうが。俺とお前は特によ。
Who am I? I'm your good buddy Lo. Duh. Heck, we're best
だから
buds.
覚えてない。
And like I said, I don't remember that.
忘れっぽいんだな。傷つくね。
Are you that forgetful? Geez, that hurts. I wasn't able to learn his motives yesterday. This time I'll figure out who he is. Everyone assembles at the scramble. With Lo here, there's a certain restlessness in the
今日
air.
も東国の捜索を引き続き行う。でも、その前に
We'll be continuing our search for Togoku. Before that, with those words, Kamiya turns to Lo. He's probably thinking that he needs to deal with Lo somehow. With him around, I doubt we can devote ourselves to
ロー
Togoku's
を不
search.
審に思ってる人もいると思う。
There may be some people here who find Lo
彼はみんな
suspicious.
の友達だったと言うけど、俺たちは誰もその記憶を持ってないし。
Though he insists that he's friends with us, none of us have any memory of that.
でも、昨夜思い出したんだ。
But just last night, I remembered. The corners of Lo's lips curl into a sneer.
思い出したって。
You remembered?
ローは幼馴染の一人だった。
Lo really is one of our childhood friends.
間違いなく、小学校からの仲だ。
He was with us during elementary, I'm sure of
俺
that.
たちはどうやら記憶を失っているみたいだ。
It seems we've all somehow lost our memories of him, so you are just straight up lying. Huh?
みんなもそのうち思い出すんじゃないかな。
I'm sure you'll all remember in due time.
彼は潔白だ。心配しなくていい。
He's innocent. You can rest easy. Fishy, can you really just happen to remember something so conveniently, says the guy who remembered something so conveniently.
そんなわけないだろ。こんなやつと仲良くしてたと思えない。
Oh, hell no. There's no way I was friends with this
仲
guy.
良くしてたよ。町工事も。
We all certainly were, and that includes you.
何言ってるんだ。
What are you
おかしい
talking?
だろ。昨日と今日でこんな。
What the heck are you talking about? With yesterday and today, this is all too
神
weird.
谷君が思い出したと言ってるんです。それなら、それだけの話でしょう。
Kamiya-kun said he remembered. If that's the case, then so be it.
ようやく思い出してくれて嬉しいよ。
I'm so glad you finally remembered. Lo turns his gaze to me, provoking
お前
me.
何が目的なんだ。
What the hell do you want?
敵？この世界を終わらせること。決まってんだろ？
What do I want? To get this world over with, duh.
ローにも東国を探すのを手伝ってもらおうと思ってる。
I'm thinking about asking Lo to help us look for Togoku as
得
well.
体の知れないやつとこんな状況で一緒に行動なんてできない。
There's no way in hell I'm gonna work with some freaking rando at a time like
そう
this.
言うなって。そのうち町工事も思い出すよ。
No, don't say that. I'm sure you'll remember too, sooner or later. Oh. Yay! I'm freed from Sakura! Yay! Anxiety! We split up before continuing our search. The student council members ended up being the same group again, which means myself, Kamiya, and Morozumi. I talked to Kamiya just as everyone's about to go off looking for Togoku.
神谷君。
Say, Kamiya.
どうかした
What is it? Kamiya answers with the usual look on his face. But I wonder. Kamiya was acting too normal when he said that thing about Lo earlier. So normal it seemed to
大
me.
丈夫
You alright? I ask, worried. Kamiya looks surprised at first, but soon his usual expression returns. Just to myself.
大丈夫だ。俺に任せて。今までだって何とかしてきたんだから。
I'm fine. I can handle this. I've been doing alright so far, haven't I? Alright. I've been doing alright so far. That's what he says when he wants to give himself peace of mind, meaning he's quite distressed at the moment. I wonder what could have him so worried.
任せるよ。いつもみたいに。
Sure, I'll leave you to it, then, as I'll... Ow! A sharp pain assaults my head, and with it, images of the past. I see Kami is saying, I can handle this. I remember now, Kami has been pushing himself beyond his limits countless times up till now. I would talk to him about it, and every time he would say the same thing. Every time he would refuse help. There was nothing I could do, that's just how it was. But... Another image rushes to my head. It's about that time he drove out a problem student. He ran into that student's parents right after school. They had come to complain, of course. You monster. Kamiya took all their verbal abuse, and for a moment he looked like he regretted his decisions. Kamiya has always been the kind of guy to shoulder all the responsibility by himself. I want to become his strength. I don't just want to, actually. I will become his strength. I have to place my faith in Kamiya no matter what.
東国さんを見つけるためにも、桃野さんと変わってもいいかな。
Do you mind if I swap myself out with Momono to look for Togoku? Sakurai was grouped with Momono and Lo.
いいけど。
Sure.
ありがとう。桃野さんに言ってくるね。
Thanks. I'll let her know. There's only one thing I can do for him now, and that is to hold dear whatever he holds dear. What is that X on the back of your neck? Actually, yeah. Wait, no, I can see these two at the exact same time. I can finally compare their faces and shit. Just from looking at it, they are the exact same height. And are wearing the exact same uniform except for the undershirt, I think. I am now grouped together with Sakurai and Lo in search for Togoku. Although Sakurai has taken the initiative to lead our little group, and I am relocated to following him. Lo doesn't look the slightest bit interested in looking for Togoku and is straight off. Lo, stop digging around. I mean, we're not going to find her anyway. Why not? Figure it out, genius. Things are getting heated between Sakurai and Lo. Wachikoshi might have openly stood against Lo, but Sakurai was the more incompatible between the two. Sakurai and Lo are completely opposites. There isn't a single thing they agree upon. I search inside the building as Sakurai enters, then walk ahead. Going by Kamiya's response, he is definitely in a pinch. He said that he suddenly remembered Lo. That was definitely weird. There was no reason for him to say something that was obviously contrary to what everyone else was thinking. I thought someone might have pressured Kami into saying it. I talked to Lo when Sakurai is out of earshot. You threatened Kamiya, didn't you? What? Lo looks surprised, and his lips slowly curl into a grin. I didn't threaten him. So you're cooperating with him, is that it? Lo avoids both eye contact and answering my question. Usually I would drop the issue, but now... But I want to change. There's definitely something going on here. You're really chatty today, aren't you? Lo smiles, tossing a glance at me. You showed up out of the blue, Lo, and you know no one remembers you. A complete stranger shows up claiming to be your friend from childhood. Said stranger also keeps saying offensive things since the moment he showed up. Meanwhile, there is a murderer lurking among us. In that case, the future becomes laughably predictable. I am very suspicious of you, I say to your face. I don't know what you're talking about. Lo's air of ease disappears, only for a second. Are you saying you showed up without fully knowing that?
疑われてもみんなの前に姿を現す意味がある。
Because in that case, there's another possibility of why you're making yourself look so suspicious.
みんなに疑われることこそが目的。
That is, you want us to be suspicious of you.
お前ほんと鋭いよな。一番苦手なタイプだわ。
You're a sharp kid, Kageyama. I hate people like you the most.
でも行動に移す勇気はないからいいんだけど、傷つくのが怖いんだもんな。
Well, you're too much of a coward to do anything about it anyways. You're afraid of getting hurt, right? He doesn't even try to come up with an excuse. I don't respond and Lo walks away from me. He appears talkative, but he's actually contemplative when left to do his own left to his own devices. I can read. I think he preferred being alone until he met us. Seeing that reminds me of myself from a long time ago.
みんなに受け入れられて仲間に入りたい。
Do you want to be friends with us?
別に。
Not
で
really.
も嫌じゃない。誰かから嫌われてるの。僕は気持ちよくわかるよ。
Don't you hate it, though? The feeling that someone out there hates you. I know it all too well. Lo squints his eyes as if to scan me.
俺を詮索して何がしたい？
Why are you probing me so much? Why? The answer to that had been decided since that day. I wanted to help Kamiya to be his strength for once. I wanted to solve his problems. I want him to need me. I don't want him to regret bringing me in.
お前、何を知ってる？
What do you know, Kageyama?
何も知らないよ。
Nothing. Our conversation confirms my speculations. Lo is hiding something that might spin out of control if exposed. Knowing that is good enough for me. He's being careful not to let no one know of his real aim. And his aim is what's guiding his every action. It all makes sense now. Good. Now I just need to act. But what if I'm wrong? Everyone might end up getting killed. I'm scared. The feeling of calling everything off overwhelms me. I should just follow along, taking the easy way out like I always do. It's safer that way. No. I can't keep doing that. I always think about myself. I remember looking at everyone from afar. I remember that not wanting to join them, to interrupt the flow, to break their friendship. It couldn't be farther from the truth. The truth that I was scared of being hurt. If I ruined the flow, they would all blame. They would all blame? Lee, I don't want that. I was scared of being told to my face, you shouldn't be here to begin with. So I got rid of the possibility of being hurt by not giving them a chance to blame me. But I can't do that now. I won't be able to help Kamiya if I did. What should I do? The conversation ends and I get closer to Sakurai. I hear a small chime. Something has fallen off out of Sakurai's pockets. A key to Sakurai's room. So he didn't pick my pocket. I'm just a dumbass. I might be able to help Kamiya with this. I pick it up once I'm sure that neither of them are looking.
ごめん。僕、ホテルに忘れ物しちゃったみたい。ちょっと取ってくるね。
Sorry, I left something in the hotel. I'll be right back. Wait. I just realized there is not an instance where both of them are looking at me. They are specifically looking, one of them is looking away, so I can't do... You know, I think they do have the same eyes. Yeah. No, I am certain that these are the same person at different times. The best thing I do right now... Sakurai might resent me for this. No one might understand my motivations for doing this. But if this is what Kamiya wants, then I'm willing to do it. I clench my fingers, bind them into a fist, and make the trembling stop. I managed to make it to the room without running into anyone. So far, so good. So this is where he learns about the billboard. And we learn that Sakurai has poor reading comprehension. Now to look at the notebook. It doesn't look like something Sakurai would always have on his person, so it should be in his room. When hiding something important, people tend to hide them somewhere close but out of sight, like inside a drawer, for example. I open the drawer and find the notepad sitting in it. I'm surprised that my search has come to such an abrupt end. The room was supposed to be locked, after all. I guess Sakurai didn't take into account any intruders. I open the notebook. I see. It looks like Togoku had left this notebook behind. The book is filled with her ideas about this world, quite detailed too. I can't stay here long, so I have to skim through it. I flip through the pages, chunking its information as I go along. My own personal way of speed reading. I stand by the scramble and Sakurai and Lo soon return. Okay, no, Sakurai does have brighter eyes. But I do think they have the same ears. It's just Sakurai's are covered, where Lo's has his head shaved. Sakurai seems flustered as he gropes around every pocket on his person, inspecting the ground with great interest. He's noticed that he's lost his key. I feel kind of bad for filching it now. I call out to him as if I just noticed him.
Sakurai-kun, 探していたんだ.
Ah, Sakurai-kun, I was looking for you. Yeah, what? Okay. Yeah, no, his eyes are also a bit smaller, though. Maybe that's just because he's glaring at me. He's smarming at me. Here, you drop this. I give him his key. He breathes a sigh of relief. Did he just have the knife? I didn't see that, right? Like, I didn't make that up. He had the knife at his side, right? Thanks, I started panicking, thinking I wouldn't be able to go back to my room anymore. Don't need to thank me. Just be more careful, alright? You never know what could happen. I don't think he should show that notebook to anyone else either. Sakurai's apprehension isn't unwarranted. The notebook might rouse suspicions against Togoku. Yeah, really, thanks. After finishing our search, we head back to the scramble to assemble with everyone at the designated time. I see. We still haven't found her, huh? She is freaking glued to you, my guy. Today's search came up dry. Kamiya looks down for a moment, but soon lifts his head up to force a smile. We should be finished with the search by the day after tomorrow, at least. We'll find her by then. Machikoshi speaks up just as we were about to turn in for the day. Kamiya, I really can't agree with Lo being here. Huh? No, I can't blame you if you can't remember. But he really is one of our friends. If you really doubt him, then feel free to ask him anything. Something that only we ourselves would know. Even if Lo could correctly answer something that only we would know, that wasn't proof that he was our childhood friend. Kamiya could have told him all about this. Machikoshi seems to have noticed that, and he doesn't bother asking Lo a single question. Machikoshi, are you trying to say that I'm the culprit here? Hell yeah, I am. Who else could it be? Really? If there was someone who knows that they really killed someone in the real world, then they'd try to keep it on the download here, wouldn't they? There isn't anyone with us who'd ever hurt someone. Oh, come on, of course there is. If there wasn't, the Togoku wouldn't have been killed. Boy, I wonder where they hid the body. Are you looking at me? Killed? Momona grows paler and paler. She must have taken Kamiya's words at face value when he said Togoku left of her own accord. The possibility of Togoku's murder hadn't entered her mind until now. Enough, Machikoshi. I don't think you should be suspecting him of anything without any proof. Hell, why don't you show us some proof that you're not the killer? You're the only one here who could be.
ったわかった。そこまで言うのなら俺はこの場を去る。それでいいんだろう。
God, quit screaming. Fine. If you're gonna keep bitching about it, then I'll leave. That fine with you? There's no proof that he didn't do it, of course. There it is. He's going to leave us now, fed up with our accusations. This was his goal from the start. This is what Lo threatened Kamiya into doing. I don't know his motivations, but his actions are lining up with my predictions so far. This is my time to act. Yeah, I can't stand another second being around you. Geez, and here I was going to be the hand of God that helped you with your little mystery detective game. Lo's lips curl into a satisfied grin. I have to do it, now. No. Hey, everyone. My voice croaks. I worry about whether they heard me, but everyone turns to me. I guess they heard me fine. Kageyama, what's wrong? Their gaze pierces me like needles. I try to top, but my vocal cords clamp shut. Is this what Kamiya deals with every time, or am I just a coward? If I'm wrong, I could end up throwing everyone in danger. Is this really the right thing to do? Am I doing this for the good of my friends? Anxiety fills my head to the point where I'm unable to think. They should be willing to hear me out at least. I know it's going to be alright, but apprehension grips my body. Should I be a pillar of strength for Kamiya, or should I carry on as I always have? No! Oh. There is one option. Oh. There's two options. That is not an option. That's funny. Save. Important point. Wait. How many of these do I get? Plenty. Okay. I think... I complained that there was no choices, and now there's too many choices. Dang. Oh, wrong button. So at this point, he reveals that he has access to the memo up there. If I choose you, everything progresses as normal. I don't know, though. Do you kill Kamiya, or does Kamiya disappear on his own? Because also, his thing is, I need to be a pillar for them. I need to be the pillar for them. He should be the pillar for himself. He needs to believe in himself. Try to think. Because I think if I choose you, he disappears this night. Like, he does not last until the morning. Okay. I think I should stick to what has already happened. Because the only one that I know for certain that I want to change is you. You just don't... You can't be near tall buildings. I'm going to choose you on the assumption that Kageyama poofs himself. Kamiya smiles at me. What is it, Kageyama? Right, I have to be strong for Kamiya. Whatever happens, it might help him at least a little. His smile moves my frozen body. Can we conduct a quick review of Togoku-san's explanation of how this world functions?
影山がそれを必要だと思うならぜひやるべきだ。
A review? If you feel it's necessary, then yes, let's. Kamiya's encouragement empowers me. I nod and sort out the information I've
ク
learned
ロ
so
ノス
far.
世界には一つのミッションがあって、それをやり遂げることでこの世界から脱出できる。
Chronos World has a certain mission. By clearing that mission, you can leave that world.
逆に言えばこの世界は僕たちにそのミッションをやり遂げさせようとしてる。
To put it another way, this world is trying to make us accomplish that
だか
mission.
らこの世界は手伝ってくれるんだよ。
That is also why this world is
電
helping
気が
us.
使える使えないも、記憶が消えてるのも、メッセージだって、全部が僕らを導くためのヒントなんだ。
Whether or we can or cannot use electricity, our missing memories, the messages, all of them are hints to help us along. I take a deep breath to reset myself. This is what Togoku's told everyone so far. There's no turning back after this. I ask myself and again whether I'm doing the right thing. What if I'm wrong? The possibility sends shivers down my spine. But still, even then, I have to
世
change.
界は僕たちの味方で。だから、こんなこともできる。
This world is our ally, so you can do things like
容
this.
疑者リストを出して。
Display a list of suspects. Oh, so he was just guessing that this would happen. Immediately display buzz to life as if responding to my command, displaying a list of names. What?
これは
This. All our names are on that list. However, a horizontal line crosses out Yuria Togoku's name, and it soon disappears. Going by Sakurai's reaction, he hadn't read Togoku's notes in their entirety. The notebook was thick, after all, with countless words scribbled into it. I only found that one note out of sheer luck.
実は東国さんにディスプレイの活用法についてこっそり聞いていたんだ。
Actually, I asked
伝えるの
Togoku.
が遅くなってごめん。
I asked Togoku-san about using those billboards a while ago. Sorry if I'm only just telling you this now. Everyone is too engrossed by the billboard display to notice my so-called
世
mistake.
界が提示する容疑者は8人で、ロー君は入ってないんだよ。
Amongst
だ
the
か
eight
らロ
people,
ー君は絶対に犯人じゃない。
amongst the 8 people on that list, Lo-kun isn't on it, which means that Lo-kun absolutely isn't the
待て
culprit.
よ。
Wait,
あくまでも僕ら8人の中に人殺しがいるっていうのか。
does it absolutely mean that the killer's one of us 8?
ああユリアの名前が消されてるのってなんだよ。
Yo, why is Yuria's name crossed out there?
わからない。
I don't know.
なんだよこれ。
What's going on? Lo stares at me with a gaze that's absent of any mirth. He is not happy. Okay, this is that hallway. Where is the camera? Oh, is it just on one of the exit signs then? There's a camera watching me from somewhere. I've been standing in front of Sakurai's room for over 10 minutes now. I wanted to apologize to him for sneaking into his room to read Togoku's notes, but I can't muster up the courage to. What if he ends up suspecting me of it? The thought alone is enough to generate motion-stopping anxiety. Ugh. I could only act earlier because Kamiya was there.
神谷君がいないと本当に僕は何もできないんだな。
I wouldn't have been able to do it if not for Kamiya-kun. I'm a pitiful wreck. I can't stay like this. I clench my fist to summon up what little courage I have. Just as I'm about to knock, the door opens and Sakurai invites me in. I accept his invitation, terrified.
どうした影山。
What's up, Kageyama?
何か用か。
Did you need anything? He looks nonchalant enough, but I can tell from his eyes that he is suspicious of me. My earlier actions must have confirmed his suspicions of me reading the notebook.
謝りたくて。謝って許されるようなことじゃないと思うけど。
I just wanted to apologize. Oh. The frames, where have you gone? Not that it's something apology could make up for.
桜井君の部屋に勝手に入ったよ。
I went into your room without your
それ
permission,
でノートを勝手に読んだんだ。
and I read that
さっ
notebook.
き話したことも全部ノートに書いていたことで。
All that stuff I said earlier, it was all written inside the
本
notebook.
当にごめんなさい。
I'm so sorry.
いいんだ。あのノートは本来全員で共有すべきものだから。
No, it's alright. That notebook is something we should have all been
隠し
sharing.
持っていた僕が悪い。
It's my fault for hiding it in the first place. I sigh, relieved that he actually forgave me.
桜井君は悪くないよ。仲違いを避けたかったんだよね。僕も同じ立場ならまず隠し持っていたと思う。
No, it's not your fault, Sakurai-kun. You just wanted to keep us from splintering apart, right? If I'd been in your shoes, I would have done the
影
same.
山、教えてくれ。
Kageyama, could you tell
どう
me?
してそんな大胆な真似をしようと思ったんだ。
What made you do
責
something
めて
like
るわ
that?
けじゃなくて、純粋に知りたいんだよ。
I'm not blaming you or anything. I just want to
僕の
know.
中の影山と目の前の影山がなんだか噛み合っていない感じがするんだ。
The Kageyama I know and the Kageyama in front of me, there's some kind of dissonance going on right
自
now.
分を一番大切にするのをやめようと思ったんだ。
I decided to stop prioritizing myself
どういう
first.
ことだ。
What do you mean by
僕
that?
ってさ、これまで大事な時に全然行動できていなかったんだ。
Whenever anything big would happen, I'd never be able to take
いろ
action
んなこと
myself.
に気づける目は持っているのに、肝心な勇気はなくて。
Even though I've got the eyes to see the right things, I've never had the courage to act
自
on
分
it.
が傷つきたくないから何もしなくて。
I didn't want to hurt anyone, so I wouldn't do anything, but it's all for Kamiya's sake.
変わらなきゃいけないんだ。
But I need to
こんな
change.
状況だからこそ、僕にはできることがある。
It's exactly times like these that there's something I can
変わるん
do.
だ。神谷君や桜井君みたいに。
So I'm gonna change, like Kamiya-kun, like Sakurai-kun. Sakurai breaks into a soft smile as if he's also relieved. I guess I convinced him.
そうだ。町浩二君がこれからスクランブル交差点でワンマンライブをやるらしいんだけど、見に行く？
Alright, Machikoshi-kun said he'd be doing a solo live at the Scramble. Will you go
ワ
watch?
ンマンライブ？
A solo live?
こんな時に何考えてるんだあいつ。
What is that guy thinking at a time like
多分
this?
町浩二君なりにみんなのことを考えてるんじゃないかな。
I'm sure he's thinking of everyone else in his own
俺
way.
の歌で新規臭い空気を変えてやるぜって感じに。
He said, I'm gonna blow away this shitty mood with my songs, or something to that
そう
effect.
か。そう考えるとあいつらしいな。
I see. That's very him, alright. Sakurai laughs. Our circle of childhood friends really is important to
僕
him.
は遠慮しとくよ。
I'll have to
ちょっ
pass.
と考えたいことがあるんだ。
I want to think about some stuff.
ライブはみんなで楽しんでくれ。
Go enjoy his performance for
わ
me.
かった。それじゃあ、おやすみ。
Alright. Good luck then. Good night then.
また明日。
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Totally. What? I enter an antique bookstore a little ways away from the hotel. This is an entirely different location. Also, wasn't there a thing where Kamiya also saw him in the hallway? When I close the door behind me, I feel like a great weight has been lifted off my shoulders. This antique bookstore used to be my private space. The owner was always in, although no one else is here in this world. My own little spot, the smell of old paper comforts me. I'm exhausted. I don't think I've ever been this exhausted before today. Did I do the right thing? I still don't know the answer to that. Everything will come to light when this world
僕
ends.
は変われたのかな。
Have I changed? I should have. Even I think that something's changed inside me. I always hated myself, always wanted to change myself. And yet I failed every time, so why today of all days? I think about it, my mind keeps going back to Kamiya. He gave me the push I needed. He's always ready to help me when I need it. I think that faith has a lot to do with it. But that's not right. Without me noticing, I'd ended up relying on Kamiya again. And there I wanted to change specifically so I could lighten his load. I could only watch as Kamiya shoulders everyone's burdens with a calm look on his face. I wanted to change because I hated that version of me. I don't want to do that kind of thing anymore. That kind of thing? I am on the verge of remembering something, but it all turns to smoke the next moment.
忘れてる。
There's something I'm forgetting. And I think Kamiya holds the answer. I visit Kamiya's room and find Lo there. The two of them seem to be discussing something. What could they have been talking about? There is the possibility that Lo is threatening Kamiya again, but I don't think that's possible. Not anymore. If I'm right, Lo's sleeve has run out of tricks. Although I could only know that I'm right further down the road. What is it? I wanted to talk to you. Lo backs off, standing behind Kamiya to spectate. After my little show, Lo cooperated with us before we all dispersed. Everyone had no choice but to accept Lo into her circle. You surprised me, Kageyama. I didn't think you'd have to go out of your way to defend Lo like that. I thought you hated him. I just did what you would have done. What I would have done? I didn't want him to be left out. I see. You've always been a nice guy. I'm not nice. I'm just afraid of getting hurt. I'm a coward. No, you're not. Say, do you know why I talked to you that day? No. I thought it was because I was the odd one out in class. And Kamiya, being a good person, started talking to me because of it. You keep a close eye on your friends. Sure, you end up being too careful for the most part, but you also end up being very kind. That's why I started talking to you. I'm not kind. I just don't want to get hurt. Because you know how bad it feels, right? Kamiya grins. His carefree smile tells me that I won't be able to out-argue him on this one. Thanks, Kamiya-kun. You're the only one to say that about me and believes it. You're the only one who can find a good thing to say about me, and I'm really lucky to be here. The back of my eyes become hot, and I get a sharp pain in my head. Can't you do something about it? I want to, but I can't. No one can possibly save everything. You're right. This is my forgotten memories. I see. So that's why having figured out the killer, I don't know if I can go on doing what I do. It's not up for me to decide. I know I don't have much time left. Kamiya-kun, I'm really grateful to you. Yeah. The frames. They disappeared. Thank you, really. You need to take care of yourself, alright? You're right. Well, good night. I leave Kamiya's room and return to my own. My feet grow heavy, though, and I end up resting in the middle of the hotel's hallway. My head grows heavy. It doesn't feel like it's mine anymore. Kageyama. Kamiya-kun? I turn around to see Kamiya. It looks like he's been following me. What is it? Did you forget something? No, it's just... He goes quiet. I've never seen him like this before. It feels like I've let you feel more left out so far. Left out? You and Morozumi are very... You and Morozumi are very important to me, Kageyama. But that's precisely why I've never relied on you, despite us being so close. I don't want to drag you into whatever mess I was in. I smiled. I really like him.
それももう終わりにしようと思う。俺はちゃんとみんなのことを頼るよ。
I think it's time I stopped that. I'm going to depend on all of you for
どうし
now.
て急に
Why now?
今回影山がディスプレイに容疑者リストを出して本当に驚いた。
You really surprised me when you called up that list of suspects on the billboard.
君なりにずっと考えて、あれが最善なんだと導き出した答えなんだと思う。
I'm sure you gave it much thought and decided it was the best thing to do given the situation.
俺は何かと助けられてきたんだ。今回みたいに。一人で何かしたつもりで、でも実際は何もできてはいなかった。
Honestly, I hoped someone would show up and help me, just like today. It always looks like I'm handling everything fine, but it's not true.
助けられていたんだ。それならちゃんと頼らないと。
I've always wanted your help, and I'm going to start relying on you. Warm feelings fill my chest.
でもそんな
Thank you, but...
だから協力してもらうために伝えておくよ。
So I'm telling you this now so you can help
何
me.
を
Tell me what? Kamiya swallows. I've never seen him so nervous.
俺はクロノス世界を経験したことがある。
Kageyama. I've been to the Chronos world before. What?
だからこの世界について最初からいろいろ知ってたんだ。
That's why I knew so much about this
鏡
world.
の壁のことも含め。
Even the mirror wall. His confession slaps me across the face. I feel like my whole world has turned upside down. Even then, I'm glad that he trusted me enough to tell me about it.
手伝ってくれるか？
Will you help me?
もちろんだよ
Of course. Kami is asking for my help. I can't believe it. My eyes grow hot. I realize that I've been waiting for this moment all my life. It is also in that moment that something that has been pent up is finally seeing release. I step away, overwhelmed by the shock. Something's happening.
影山？
Huh? Kageyama. I don't want to be a burden, so I leave and go where Kamiya won't be able to see me. I break out into a fast trot as to leave Kamiya behind. I'm at the scramble by the time I notice. I fall to my knees, unable to move. All of my forgotten memories have come back to me. The things I did and didn't do. The things I wanted to do. The one who I really wanted to save.
そっかごめんね二階堂さん
I see, now. I'm so sorry, Nikaido-san. My whole body starts glowing. I don't know the specifics, but I know that this is the beginning of my end. Oh, I'm nobody. Hate this. Bad. Bad. But I need to change. What? Who was that? So they picked up a picture or something from the shattered body. Yes. Oh, go back. Is there another the moment after Kageyama didn't come to the scramble, no matter how long we waited. Okay, no. Who was that? just looking at the physique, I think it was one of the girls. Given the way they crouched down, like they put their knees together and their hands on their knees, it was kind of... I want to say that was you. Because I don't think Momono would crouch down like that, and I don't think Karen would either. I think it was you. She saw it happen. Huh. Yeah. I was not expecting also to have someone look in my face like that. But yeah. Well, I've been waiting for things to pop off, and oh boy, they've been popping off. Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Next time, I think we might just figure out the entirety of what's going on. That's the wrong button. But yeah. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.